All things are connected like the blood that unites us all. Mankind did not weave the web of life, he is merely a strand in it. This quote reminds us of the interconnectedness of all living beings and the importance of considering the impact of our actions on the world around us. It is not what you take from the earth that hurts it, it is what you do not put back. This quote highlights the importance of being responsible stewards of the earth and considering the long-term effects of our actions. The earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth. This quote emphasizes the idea that we are not the owners of the earth, but instead are a part of it and have a responsibility to care for it. The wind that gives life to the people will also take it away. This quote serves as a reminder that life is fleeting and that we should appreciate each moment and live life to the fullest. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. This quote encourages us to take control of our own happiness and not rely on external circumstances for our well-being. Treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents, it was loaned to you by your children. This quote highlights the idea that the earth is not a possession, but a gift that we are entrusted with for future generations. Nature is not a place to visit, it is home. This quote reminds us of the importance of protecting the natural world and recognizing our connection to it. The wise person puts themselves last and finds themselves first. This quote emphasizes the idea that true happiness and fulfillment come from serving others and putting their needs first. Take only what you need and leave the land as you found it. This quote encourages us to use resources responsibly and to leave the world a better place than we found it. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. This quote highlights the idea that we are only temporary caretakers of the earth and that we have a responsibility to preserve it for future generations. Respect for all life is the foundation of a true spiritual life. This quote reminds us of the importance of treating all living beings with respect and compassion. The best way to predict the future is to create it. This quote encourages us to take action and create the future we want, rather than simply waiting for it to happen. Do not judge your neighbor until you walk 2 moons in his moccasins. This quote encourages us to understand and empathize with others before making judgments about them. In every deliberation, we must consider the impact on the 7th generation. This quote reminds us to consider the long-term effects of our actions and decisions, not just their immediate impact. Every living thing is important in the web of life. This quote highlights the idea that every living being has a role to play in the natural world and should be respected and valued. The great law is that we are all related. This quote emphasizes the interconnectedness of all living beings and the idea that we are all one family. The future is not something we enter. The future is something we create. This quote encourages us to take responsibility for shaping the future and not simply relying on others to do it for us. The earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth. This quote reminds us to treat the earth with respect and care, as we are not its owners but rather a part of it. One does not sell the land people walk on. This quote highlights the importance of preserving the land and its resources, as they are not meant to be traded or bought. The sky is the daily bread of the eyes. This quote emphasizes the importance of appreciating the beauty of nature and taking time to admire it. Walking on the earth with a light foot. This quote encourages us to live lightly and not take more than we need from the earth, to preserve it for future generations. The trees, the rocks, the rivers, and all things are alive. This quote reminds us of the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of treating everything in nature with respect. The wind that gave our grandparents breath also receives their last sigh. This quote highlights the cyclical nature of life and the idea that we are all connected to the earth and its elements. He who would do great things should not attempt them all alone. This quote encourages us to seek the help of others and work together towards a common goal. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. This quote promotes the idea of living simply and being grateful for what we have, rather than striving for material possessions. The life of a man is a circle from childhood to childhood. This quote suggests that life is a continual cycle of growth and development, and that we should embrace each stage with joy and wonder. The essence of life is not what we accumulate, but what we give away. This quote encourages us to focus on giving and serving others, rather than just acquiring wealth and possessions.